Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'll be testing out an affordable brush set from Amazon in which you get 15 brushes, which includes face as well as eye brushes. To know my first impression on the brushes and also to see how the brushes perform, please keep on watching. The brush set comes in this pouch in which you get 15 brushes in total with a blender, which retails for rupees 6.99, and the quality of the pouch is okay. Each of the brushes come with this plastic cover. Now these are the 6 brushes you get in total, and these are the face brushes. And talking about the quality of the brushes, I would rate this packaging a 6 out of 10. The quality is pretty good. And talking about the bristles of the brushes, they are very soft. They don't feel cheap at all. The only downside with the brushes is that there is no name mentioned on the brush. I wish they had mentioned, for example, this is a blush brush, this is a contour brush, but they have not mentioned anything like that. And these are the 9 eye brushes which you get in the set, and you also get is this silicone beauty blender. Starting off with this Blue Heaven Oil Free Flawless Base Makeup Primer. Okay, so first let's start off with this Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I am going to apply this to the areas where I have darkness. Okay, so to blend the concealer, I will be using this brush. I'm not sure whether this is a concealer brush or no, but I think this would do the job. So let's test it out. I think it is blending the concealer pretty well. I didn't expect this brush to work as a concealer brush, but I think it has done a good job in blending the concealer. And I think this brush has blended the concealer very effortlessly, and there are no streaky lines on the face. So now let's move on to the foundation, and for the foundation I will be using this PAC HD Liquid Foundation, and I will be using this flat brush to apply the foundation. I don't think this brush will help in blending the foundation, but we could try that too. I think this is blending the foundation pretty well. I didn't expect this flat brush to blend the foundation, obviously, but it is doing a really good job, I must say. I mean, yes, this actually blends the foundation like a puffing brush does. Okay, so on this side of the face, I will be using this rubber or silicone blender. I'm not quite sure what this is called, but let's see if this helps in blending the foundation or no. This feels like a rubber on your skin when you tap it. I think this works. It's what I feel. I'm going to take some more foundation just to be sure that it actually works. Maybe some on the under eyes, and here I had like zero expectations from this thing, but I think it works. Just to be very sure, I am going to try it again. I'm just dabbing this on the face, and this actually works. What do you guys think? This actually blends like a beauty blender does. No streaky marks, nothing of that sort. I think back in the day, PAC had a similar kind of blender, and I'm not quite sure whether it worked or no. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys have tried it and what are your thoughts on it. Okay, so for my powder, I have this super cute and super fluffy brush. I absolutely love my powder brushes to be very fluffy. And this is so soft. These brushes are really good, I must say. So you can use this brush to apply powder all over the face or just apply powder under your eyes. And because of the shape of this brush, this can definitely be used as a blush brush. So for the blush, I will be using this Makeup Revolution blush, and this in the shade Rose Kiss. I have done a complete review of this blush and I have one more shade from the collection, so I will link it in the description box below. So I'll be taking some blush, dabbing off the excess. And look at the shade. This is just a perfect blush brush. I am in love with this brushes. Absolutely in love. 15 brushes and that blender for ₹6.99 is totally worth. And these days I am definitely hooked up to buy new brushes. I mean, brushes are my new obsession now. Few months ago, blushes were my obsession, so I had like literally purchased 4-5 blushes, and now brushes are my obsession. I keep looking to buy some new brushes, affordable brushes, expensive brushes, any kind of brushes. Now let's move on to the bronzer, and for the bronzer I will be using this brush, and as you can see, this is a angled brush, and I have a very similar brush from Pune store. It is their angle contour brush, and if you see side by side, they look very similar, but I think the Pune store one is slightly more dense as compared to this one. And for the bronzer, I will be using this K Beauty Compact, and this is in the shade 190 N Deep, and this shade is a dupe of the Bahama Mama bronzer. I had already said this in my Nykaa haul, so you should definitely check this out. Contour my nose, I will be using the same brush. I just pinch it this way and use it as a contour brush. Okay, so now let's move on to the eye. And this brush set doesn't have a spoolie, but I think this can do the work of a spoolie. So I will be brushing my eyebrows with the help of this brush first. And then I will be using this Maybelline Fashion Brow Cream Pencil and filling in the gaps. And once I am done filling the brows, I will be again going with this brush. Okay, so now let's move on to the eye makeup, and for that I will be using this Makeup Revolution Patricia Bright Eyeshadow Palette. And I just love this palette. I think this is my most expensive palette and the most colorful palette I have. So first I will be using this shade Queen, if you can see this one. And I will be using this as a crease shade. I just love using this shade as a crease shade. It is just the perfect warm toned brown. And I'm using this brush for the crease, and this is a fluffy brush. I wish it was slightly more fluffy, but nonetheless it is still pretty good. Talking about the blending part, I think this does a pretty good job in blending the eyeshadow as well. The next shade I will be using is this one, and I will be using this in my crease only, just to deepen the crease. But they do take some extra time, I think, to blend the eyeshadow, but otherwise I don't think they leave any streaky marks while blending the eyeshadow. Okay, so such brushes are great if you want to pack a particular color on a particular part. These brushes work great, so I will be using this shade. I'll be using this shade Pillow Talk, and I will be using this just on this part. And now I will be using this shade, which is Love Song, and I will be using this flat brush, and I will be applying the shimmery shade just on the inner half. Wow, the eye makeup looks pretty good. Now there is also this brush which comes with the brush set, and it is an angled blending brush. So you can also use this brush for blending the eyeshadow. To highlight the inner corners, I will be using this tiny pencil brush, and I will be using this shade right here, which is called as Shimmering. and I will be applying the shade in the inner corners. And I will also be using this brush to highlight on this part. And for the lower lash line, I will again be using this shade Pillow Top, and I will be using this angle brush to apply it. One more thing which I would like to say is that I had used 2 eyeshadow brushes yesterday, and I'd also watched them, but they did not shed at all, which is a great thing. And the rest of the brushes were definitely at the first impressions. Okay, so now let's move on to the highlighter. And for the highlighter, I will be using this Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter. And to apply it, I will be using this fan brush. So I was never into fan brushes. So let's see if this brush changes my opinion. I don't know why, but I never purchased a fan brush. I always thought that the brushes I have can definitely work. The size of the fan brush is also very perfect, and it definitely applies the highlighter really well, I must say. So I think you will see me using this brush quite often now. Okay, so we are almost done with the makeup except for the lipstick. And in this video, I have tried to use as many brushes as possible from the set, except for these 3 brushes which I was unable to use. So these 3 are the brushes which I haven't used. This is a angled fluffy blending brush, and this is a tiny brush. I think you can use this for inner corner highlighting and to highlight the brow bone. And this is one more brush which I was unable to use. I think you can use this brush for applying the blush and powder and maybe contour as well. So now let's move on to the lipstick, and for the lipstick I will be using this Lakme Absolute 3D Matte Lipstick, and this is in the shade Elegant Pink. This is a beautiful nude pink shade. This is the look I have created using affordable brushes from Amazon. Now the question arises whether you should purchase this brush set or no. So my answer is definitely a yes, especially if you're a beginner. I think this brush set is great for you. You get all the brushes you require for face makeup, eye makeup. So if you have this brush set, you are just sorted. Talking about the quality of the brushes, the quality of the bristles, the blending part, these brushes are so good. So they definitely get a thumbs up from my side. That's it for this video. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification bell icon to get notified of the future videos I post. And also let me know in the comment section below what other videos would you like to see. Until next time.